Hello students, welcome back to Alpha Active Learning. And don't forget to like, share and comment on the video. Standard 8 English Lesson 2.4 Three Visions for India by Dr. APJ Kalam. Children, this is one of the most inspiring lessons and most inspiring person of India who wrote this lesson for you. And this lesson should not only be studied but it should be inculcated in your life. You should grasp the main learning of this lesson because we need many APJ Kalam from you. So here we go. The People's President APJ Abdul Kalam, born on 15th October 1931 and he passed away on 27th July 2015. He was the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. He made India a nuclear state. He was a project coordinator of Pokhran 2 in 1998. He was a project director of India's first indigenous satellite launch vehicle SLV-3, which injected the Rohini satellite in the orbit of Earth in 1980. He is a person who is responsible for evolution of ISRO's launch vehicle program, particularly the PSLV configuration. In DRDO, he developed and operationalized the Agni and Prithvi missiles. In 1997, he was awarded Bharat Ratna, received honorary doctorate from 30 universities and institutions, and many more. So let's understand Kalam. Dr. APJ Kalam was born at Dhanushkodi near Rameshwar in a very poor family, and he studied in the government school. After that, he went to Madras College of Science. There he studied his BSc in physics, and later on he studied aerospace engineering. When India became the nuclear power, it is under the guidance of our President APJ Kalam. Children, because of his and his team, India became the 6th country to join the nuclear. You will be surprised that his birth anniversary is observed as World Students' Day. He spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and a science administrator, mainly at the Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO, and Indian Space Research Organization ISRO, and was intimately involved in India's civilian space program and military missile development efforts. In 1981, he was awarded with Padma Bhushan, in 1990 with Padma Vibhushan, and in 1997 the Bharat Ratna. He was also awarded Indira Gandhi Award for National Integration, in 1998 Veer Savarkar Award, and in 2000 Sastra Ramanujan Prize, and in 2013 Von Braun Award for National Space Society, and there are many more awards which I cannot here mention also because of the time limit. He was not only a scientist, engineer, professor and president, but he was one of the finest author. Every student in his lifespan should read books written by Dr. APJ Kalam. The few books I have mentioned here is A Vision for Indian Youth, Inspiring Thoughts, Development in Fluid Mechanism and Space Technology, Indomitable Spirit, The Luminous Spark, Ignited Mind, Unleashing the Power Within India, Guiding Souls, Dialogues on the Purpose of Life, Wings of Fire, The Life Tree Poems, 2020 A Vision for the New Millennium, and Envisioning an Empowered Nation Technology for Social Transformations. So you can see that he touched the subject of his own field, that is space technology, the science. But apart from this, he was a poet who wrote very fantastic poems. He has a vision, he is a visionary. He also wrote certain books like Ignited Minds and The Wings of all that. Whatever he has derived, whatever he has taught, everything he's put in this book, The Purpose of Life. Now, let's see what today. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the father of India's integrated guided missile program, states three visions for India based on the achievements and progress that he has witnessed in the history of the nation. And during his own career as a missile scientist, Dr. Kalam's three visions for India are freedom, development, and standing up. So children, he is known as the father of Indian missile program. For his own country, he has three visions. He wanted that my India should be of this type, that is freedom, development and standing up. Now let's go detail in what he mean by freedom, what he mean by development and standing up. Now, the focus of his presentation on developing India to its fullest potential while standing up to the rest of the world with fully validated self-respect for the achievement that have been obtained in the modern times. If we are not free, no one will respect us. So Dr. Kalam has said that we need to develop our full potential. हमारे में जो भी एक हुनर है, जो भी एक हमारे पैशन है, जो भी बेस्ट एबिलिटी है, उसे हमें फुल तरह से उसको डेवलप करना चाहिए. And we need to validate ourselves. अगर हम अपने आप को सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट नहीं देंगे, अपनी अचीवमेंट को नहीं सराहेंगे, the world will never respect us. I have three visions for India. In 3000 years of our history, people from all over the world have come and invaded us, captured our land and conquered our minds. From Alexander onwards, the Greeks, the Portuguese, the British, the French, the Dutch, all of them came and looted us and took over what was ours. Yet we have not done this to any other nation. We have not conquered anyone. We have not grabbed their land, their culture and their history, nor tried to force our way of life on them. Why? Because we respect the freedom of others. Children, yes, what Dr. APJ Kalam said is true. If we really know our history, we know that all the people invaded us. Their only sole motto is to capture, to grab our land. During that time, India was known as Sone ki Chidiya. We were flourished nation. Takshashila, Nalanda, where the universities where the people used to come over there. So we were actually the rich country. But these people came here, they conquered not only our land, they conquered our minds also. They made us realize that you are our slave. You are very backward people. We, the Indian people, never conquered anyone. We never grabbed anyone's land. Neither we damaged their culture nor we damaged their history. Why we did like this and why we are not doing it today? Because we believe the respect, the freedom of others. That is what he wants to say, that you should respect each and every person. Whether he is rich, whether he is rich, whether he is tall, whether he is ugly, he may be from any culture, whatever the talent he is, but every individual must be respected and he must have the freedom. No one should impose their own views, their own thoughts or their belief on others. That is called the meaning of freedom. That is why my first vision for India is freedom. I believe that India had its first vision of freedom in 1857 when we started the War of Independence. It is this freedom that we must protect and nurture and build on. If we are not free, no one will respect us. Now, children, we are in the 21st century. We are living in the free India. But we know that this freedom is not came so easy. The first revolt started in 1857. According to him, that was the vision of freedom in 1857. However, from 1857 to 1947, it took many years. and sacrifice of many people. We want to protect ourselves, if we want to nurture ourselves, the first thing is that we need that freedom. Then only people will respect us. My second vision for India is development. For 50 years, we have been a developing nation. It is time to see ourselves as a developed nation. We are among the top 5 nations of the world in terms of gross domestic product (GDP). We have 10% growth rate in most areas. Our poverty levels are falling and our achievements are being globally recognized today. Yet we lack the self-confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation, self-reliant and self-assured. Isn't this right? India must stand up to the world. So children, you must know that in the world there are certain countries which are developed nation like USA. Countries like us are under the process known as developing. So Dr. Kalam said that now it's a time that we also should ourselves as a developed nation. Now how we can be a developed nation? For that our gross domestic product should be high. Our growth rate should be high. We should be very much self-reliant. आज जो आत्मनिर्भर भारत की बात हमारे ऑनरेबल पीएम करते, यही बात एपीजे सर ने भी कही थी. Today our poverty level is declining and our achievement in every field, चाहे वो sports हो, चाहे science हो, चाहे business हो, the Indian people are recognized globally all over the world. Their achievements are being stamped as a successful entrepreneur, as a successful sports person, right? But still आज भी हम में वो खुद confidence नहीं है. People know, the world know that we are talented, world know that we are capable, but still we doubt ourselves. So he said that we must stand up to the world with that confidence that no, we Indians are no less than anybody. I have a third vision, that India must stand up to the world or no one will respect us. Only strength respects strength. We must be strong not only as a military power but also as an economic power. Both must go hand in hand. Why are we in India so embarrassed to recognize our strength, our achievements? We are such a great nation. We have so many amazing success stories, but we refuse to acknowledge them. Why? Okay, so now what Kalam sir says, that stand up for yourself. अपनी पहचान के लिए. Say to the world that yes, I am like this. Second thing, strength respects strength. You should be very powerful. Powerful in terms of military. Yes, our Indian military is very powerful in terms of their mental strength, their fighting spirit. And nowadays, with all the new type of combating machineries like Rafale or other planes, we are indeed becoming very powerful, and we have shown the world our power in overcoming the terrorism also. Second thing, it is not only the military power, we should be a very powerful economically also. And for that, children, education is important, self-reliant is important, independent is important, produce more and more product in India rather than exporting from the other country. So second thing, why he wants to say that why you are embarrassing yourself, and it is true, children. Today also we Indian always feel that we are behind. Being an Eastern country, right? We are always too much influence of the foreign countries, of the foreign civilization, of the Western civilization, that we always doubt our own religious, our own rituals and our own culture. So he say that no, our is a great nation, and if you really go to any nooks and corner of India, there is one or other success stories. But we only don't recognize ourselves. We only don't acknowledge them. Now, if you don't acknowledge your fellow Indians, how the world is going to acknowledge, right? Now, let us look here. Indra Nooyi, Sunil Mittal, Satyam Nadella, Kalpana Chawla, Majmudar Show, our leaders, Mahatma Gandhi, to Subhash Chandra Bose, to Narendra Modi, our Infosys founder members, and our sports person right from Sachin Tendulkar to Deepa Karmakar and PV Sindhu, who have really done a remarkable work in their field. They've established their identity. When so many people are there who have their successful stories, why don't we take proud in that? And why don't we get inspiration from these people and be like them? So, acknowledging our own talent is very, very important, children, if you really want to stand up. So remember, whatever the good thing is there in your fellow friends, at your home, in your neighbor, respect them, acknowledge them, motivate them. We don't know who is going to what in future. So acknowledgement is very important. We are the second largest producer of wheat in the world. We are the second largest producer of rice. We are the first in the milk production. We are number one in remote sensing satellite. Look at Dr. Sudarshan. He has transformed the tribal village into a self-sustaining, self-driving unit. There are millions of such achievements, but our media is obsessed only with bad news and failures and disasters. Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? Okay, children, now you must be knowing that once upon a time, India was depriving in the milk. Though we have the milk production, it was not reachable. It was under the milkman of India, that is Dr. Varghese Kurian. The entire white revolution had been done, and today we become first. You all know Amul. The various product of Amul is today also unbeatable. So we are number one. M.S. Swaminathan, we are successful in the green revolution, and today, as we said, we are second in the wheat producer, second in the rice one. Not only this, children, we have many people like Dr. Sudarshan, whether Baba Amte, there are many other people who have done a lot in improving the tribal village, the poor people, and they have transformed them. Even though they are very talented, they have not run behind the money, not the fame, but they have worked at the root level. Today, we know that we are the best in Indian remote sensing satellite system. Their satellites are launched by ISRO. But why we don't know all these things? Because one of the main reasons is about our media, who always who always highlights the failures and disasters. So this negativity which is spread by the media is one of the reasons that we always feel that we are behind. हमारे पास ये नहीं है, हमारे पास वो नहीं है, हम तो इसमें हैं. But we never think about the positivity, the positive news. Once in Tel Aviv once, and I was reading the Israeli newspaper. It was the day after a lot of attacks and bombardments and death had taken place. The Hamas had struck, but the front page of the newspaper had the picture of Jewish gentleman who in 5 years had transformed his desert land into an orchid farm and granary. It was these inspiring pictures that everyone woke up to. The gory details of killing, bombardment and deaths were inside the newspaper, buried among other news. Isn't it possible in our country? So this is his experience of Tel Aviv. And when he read this Israeli newspaper, we all know that Israel was many times attacked, right? And the constant war is going on between the Israel and the neighboring country. But still, the first paper of the newspaper has some positive news about a gentleman who converted his desert land into the orchid farm and granary. So this constructive, creative and the positive information was given. So early in the morning when you read the newspaper, definitely you grasp this positivity in you. So he says that it is not that their people don't know about the negative news. It is there, and you must know. You must make people should know what is going on in the country. But can't we keep all these things inside the other news? So that early in the morning we all get inspired with some good positive thoughts. So it is Kalam sir said that why can't we make it possible in country? And really, students, I feel that this should be implemented. I want to live in a developed India. Another question, why are we as a nation so obsessed with foreign things? We want foreign TVs, we want foreign shirts, we want foreign technology. Why this obsession with everything imported? Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? Yes. Dr. Kalam says that no, my dream is that my country should be developed one. And for that, you should not be obsessed. You should not have any inferiority complex with other nation. But we do have. We like everything from the foreign. We always, when we go out, we compare ourselves with the foreigner. See there how the people are talking. See there how the people are behaving. See there what they are doing. Their roads, this. But why? He says that we should respect our problem is different than their problem. Our biggest problem is of population. And that's why many a times, though we have a talent, we have everything, we cannot produce that result. But that doesn't mean that we always compare our nation with the other and we always feel inferior. You compare, but you learn. You compare, but you should have that self-respect. So the first thing is that you be self-reliant, be self-sufficient. Atmanirbhar Bharat is utmost important. I was in Hyderabad giving this lecture when a 14 years old girl asked me for my autograph. I asked her what her goal in life is. She replied, I want to live in a developed India. For her, you and I will have to build this developed India you must proclaim. So he said that like me, he had also an experience of a girl who is 14 years old. That means this child like you all feel that my country should be developed. But then who will build this developed India? It's written you and we, like your parents, the new generation, every Indian should really work for the country. We must say bye-bye to developing country and we should say hello to developed India. And for that, children, first we should have respect for each and everyone, irrespective of caste, creed, religion. We should have an integrity. Yes, that is our what identity. Be Indian. Your identity, your religion, your caste, everything should be Indian. Most important, you work hard with all your talent, but you should have that ethics. You should have that honesty. You should gain in whatever you are gaining in the life should be only of honesty. While delivering a lecture at the Indian Institute of Management, Shillong, Kalam collapsed and died from an apparent cardiac arrest on 27th July 2015, aged 83. A very great visionary. Kalam is a person that everyone should love him, should be our role model. He should be our real hero, not the hero of the Hindi film movie or any movie star. The people like him who have really worked for our nation, who had some vision for the country, should be our hero, should be our motivator. These are the few quotation, very famous quotation of Dr. APJ Kalam, children. You can see it from the Google also.